All right, AI enthusiasts, are you ready for this? It's November 5th, 2024, and man, the AI world is just exploding with news today.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
So we're diving deep into 4 stories, big ones. I think they'll have everyone talking, at least everyone who, follows AI.
I'm all ears. What do we have?
Okay, so first up, Meta's making some moves. Perplexity's CEO, well, he's stirring up some controversy.
Yep.
Then we have Prime Video. They're rolling out this cool new feature. And last but not least, Google's Project Zero team. They've made a pretty big cybersecurity breakthrough.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's start with Meta. What are they up to?
So get this. They're open sourcing Llama, their powerful language model.
Yeah.
They're making it available for U.S. government use, national security applications, all that.
Interesting. That's big. What kind of impact could that have?
Well, think about it. You could have Oracle using Llama to analyze, say, aircraft maintenance, speed up repairs, things like that.
Right.
Or, say, Scale AI. They could fine-tune Llama for really specific missions. It's all pretty hush-hush, of course.
I see. So open sourcing AI, especially something as powerful as Llama, could be a game changer.
Absolutely.
It has the potential to, really accelerate innovation.
Exactly.
Kind of like how open source software, think Linux or Android, completely revolutionized the tech world.
Exactly. And Meta's emphasizing that whole aspect, like setting U.S. open source standards in the global AI race. In fact, there's a quote from the article where they talk about establishing responsible and ethical use, that kind of thing.
Oh, for sure. That's super important, the ethical side. It's a smart move by Meta, really.
Yeah.
I mean, open sourcing can really benefit the U.S. Think about fostering collaboration, potentially even setting those global standards. Plus, the potential applications for national security are huge. Streamlining logistics, tracking terrorist financing, you name it.
Yeah, even bolstering cyber defenses, right? It's a lot to consider. But okay, let's shift gears for a second. Let's talk about something a little bit, let's just more on the gossipy side.
Oh.
It involves a CEO, a single tweet, and a whole lot of drama online.
Ooh, okay. You're talking about the Perplexity CEO, Aravind Srinivas, right?
You got it? Him and his offer to the New York Times.
Right. That whole thing. So, to recap, tech workers at the Times, they're on strike, yeah?
Yeah.
Demanding better wages and remote work policies.
And the publisher, they criticized the timing of it all, saying it could hurt their election coverage. And then boom, Srinivas jumps into the fray.
With that tweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That tweet. He said, and I quote, "Hey, AG Sulzberger, at nighttime, sorry to see this, Perplexity is on standby to help ensure your essential coverage is available to all through the election. DM me anytime here."
Wow. Okay, I can see why that caused a stir.
You think? I mean, offering to step in during a strike, especially so publicly, is a major no-no.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Big no-no in labor movements. People were accusing him of scabbing, undermining the workers and their efforts.
Exactly. And it didn't help that Perplexity is currently in a legal battle with the New York Times.
Oh, really?
Data scraping. For their AI models, of course.
Oof.
Talk about awkward timing, right?
Oh, yeah. That's gotta sting. Though, to be fair, Perplexity did just unveil their own election info hub and map. So maybe there was a genuine desire to, make sure people still had access to information during the election.
Maybe. But the way he went about it, not so great. He did try to clarify later, saying he wasn't offering to replace journalists with AI, but, the damage was done.
Yeah. Tough spot. Okay, let's move on to something a little less controversial, shall we?
Yeah, good idea. So Prime Video, they've got this new feature that I'm actually pretty excited about.
Oh, what is it?
It's called X-ray recaps.
X-ray recaps.
Yeah, and get this, it's AI-powered.
Yeah.
Think about it. We've all been there, right? Binge watching a show and suddenly, blank. What happened last season? Heck, what happened last episode?
Oh, all the time. Drives me crazy.
Well, X-ray recaps are here to save us. It uses, generative AI to create these super concise summaries of TV shows. The cool part, it's personalized to where you are in the content.
Hold on. So it's it knows exactly what I've watched and what I haven't.
Exactly. Like having an AI assistant whispering plot details in your ear.
That's wild.
It's pretty neat. And the tech behind it is pretty impressive, too.
What are they using?
Amazon Bedrock, for one, and these custom AI models that they trained on Amazon SageMaker.
I see.
And they can analyze video segments, dialogue, all of it. They even generate spoiler-free recaps, so you can jump back in without ruining any surprises.
That's really clever, solving a very real problem with AI.
And speaking of clever uses of AI, let's talk about Google. Their Project Zero team, they're doing some really interesting things. Right. They've got this AI agent called Big Sleep, and it focuses on this really tricky thing, catching variants of those vulnerabilities that have already been patched. Stuff that traditional fuzzing often misses.
Interesting. So it's like it's looking for those sneaky little bugs that might have slipped through the cracks.
Exactly. And guess what? Big Sleep just discovered an exploitable vulnerability in Squalite, no less.
Squile, whoa, that's huge. Isn't that like used everywhere?
Oh yeah, it's a widely used open source database engine, so catching a vulnerability before it gets exploited. Major win.
Definitely. So what kind of vulnerability was it?
It's called a stack buffer underflow, a type of memory corruption bug.
Ah, I see. And how did Big Sleep even find this?
Well, it analyzed commits, looking for related issues that might not have been fixed, and then it generated these test cases to try and trigger the vulnerability.
Wow. So it's not just passively analyzing code, it's actively trying to break it. That's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah. And the thing is, traditional flooding techniques, they totally miss this bug. Makes you wonder what other tricks Big Sleep has up its sleeve.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that fuzzing, especially with those text-based formats like SQL, it has limitations.
Yeah. Seems like Big Sleep might have an edge there.
It does. And the Project Zero team, they're pretty excited about it.
It's pretty incredible to think about AI becoming this crucial tool in the fight against cyber threats.
While we're on the topic of these cool new features, those X-ray recaps we talked about, they use some pretty impressive tech under the hood.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering about that.
Hmm?
You mentioned Amazon Bedrock and SageMaker. What are those exactly?
Well, think of Amazon Bedrock like a platform, yeah. It lets developers build and scale generative AI applications. It's like a toolbox for creating AI-powered tools, basically. And Amazon SageMaker, that's a machine learning service, helps you train and deploy those AI models.
So they basically use some serious AI firepower to create these recaps.
Exactly. I mean, they work by analyzing video segments, subtitles, even the dialogue,
Wow.
pulling out all the key plot points, character interactions, all that important stuff.
It's like, what? Having an AI study buddy taking perfect notes while you're binging your favorite shows.
Huh. That's a great way to put it. And the best part is those summaries, spoiler-free.
Oh, nice.
So you can get caught up without, ruining any surprises.
Okay, I'm sold. Definitely
Yeah.
trying that out. But going back to Meta for a second, their decision to open source Llama, especially for government use, it raises some interesting questions about the future of, AI development in general.
For sure. Open sourcing something like Llama, a model that powerful, it could lead to a much more diverse and innovative AI landscape.
How so?
Well, think about it. More people have access to the tech, can tinker with it. We could see a wave of completely new AI applications.
Like the early days of the internet almost, where open source software really fueled all that rapid growth and experimentation.
Exactly. And I thought it was interesting that Meta brought up Linux and Android.
Yeah.
Very strategic comparison.
Right.
Both of them started as open source projects and, well, they kind of dominate their markets now, don't they?
They do.
They became the foundation for so much innovation. Seems like Meta's hoping for a similar thing with Llama, especially in the global AI race.
It's a bold move, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you consider how many tech companies are keeping their AI models, super secret.
Oh, definitely. It's risky. Open sourcing always has that potential for misuse, especially with something as powerful as AI.
That's true. Which is why Meta keeps stressing that responsible and ethical use angle.
It's a tough balance. You want to encourage innovation, but you also need to make sure it's being used safely.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But speaking of interesting developments, let's go back to that Perplexity CEO and that tweet. We talked about the backlash, but what are the bigger implications here, do you think?
Well, for one thing, it really highlights that tricky relationship between AI companies and, the workforce.
Right.
I mean, his offer, even if he meant well, it was seen as undermining the strikers.
Yeah.
And it raises those bigger questions about AI and the future of work. Could AI tools actually replace jobs? Or can we use them to, help people enhance their skills?
Those are the big questions, aren't they?
Yeah. No easy answers there. AI is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it can be used in good ways and bad ways.
True.
It all comes down to how we choose to develop and use it.
Right. And this whole situation with the CEO and the tweet, it really underscores the need to have those, thoughtful conversations about the ethics of AI.
Yeah.
Especially as it becomes more integrated into our lives.
For sure. We need to consider the potential impact on everything: jobs, privacy, even social equality.
Yeah, it's not just a tech issue anymore.
Definitely not. It's a societal one.
Well said. Okay, Let's dig a little deeper into that Google story about Big Sleep finding that bug in Squalite. We talked about the vulnerability itself, but what does this mean for, like, the future of cybersecurity?
Oh, a lot of cybersecurity folks are pretty excited about this. Big Sleep being able to find things that traditional methods miss, that's a game changer.
Yeah,
It really suggests that AI could be key in securing our digital world, which is only getting more complex.
it's like having an AI watchdog always on patrol, sniffing out those hidden bugs.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And remember, this wasn't just some theoretical test. Big Sleep found a real vulnerability in a piece of software that's used everywhere.
That's true.
It shows the real-world impact this could have.
It's pretty amazing. Imagine a future where these AI tools are just routinely scanning all our software, making everything much more secure.
That's the dream. But we have to remember, AI is still a work in progress. Even the most advanced tools have limitations. We can't rely on AI alone for cybersecurity. We still need human expertise and those traditional security measures.
It's about striking that balance, using the power of AI, but not forgetting about the human element.
Exactly. And that applies to pretty much every aspect of AI development, I think.
True.
We need to be excited about the possibilities, but also approach it carefully, always thinking about both the benefits and the risks.
Well said. Okay, so we've covered a lot today. Meta, open sourcing Llama, the potential of that for innovation, but also those questions about competition and responsible use.
Yeah, and we talked about the Perplexity CEO, that whole tweet situation,
Yeah.
and what it says about AI companies, the workforce, and the ethics of AI in general.
Then we had Prime Video's X-ray recaps, that cool new feature using Amazon Bedrock and SageMaker, and Google's Big Sleep finding that vulnerability in Squalite. AI is playing a bigger and bigger role in cybersecurity. It's clear that AI isn't some sci-fi concept anymore. It's here, it's changing fast, and it's having a huge impact on our world.
To all you AI enthusiasts out there, this is just the start. Keep that curiosity going, keep exploring, and who knows what amazing stuff we'll be talking about next time we do this deep dive.
Until then, keep learning and keep pushing those AI boundaries.